Hello everyone and welcome. Today we have some confirmed Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 leaks. No, not from an insider, and no, not just a rumor. All of this comes directly from Nintendo's new patents, showing new gameplay mechanics. We do have a video covering some of these older patents that detailed new abilities for Link. You can watch that video here, but I will still briefly go over them at the end of this video. So all of the known patents will be collected in a single video. I'll continue to do the same if any more patents or leaks come out as we are getting closer to the next big announcement and release for Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Please consider checking out our podcast, the Hylian Gamescast's newest episode, if you want to watch or listen to a full discussion on all of the recent Zelda and Nintendo Direct news, rumors, and leaks on Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD coming to Switch, as well as how the new Zelda game, or games, Grezzo is confirmed to be working on ever since Link's Awakening released, may actually be Oracle of Ages and Seasons HD. We also talked about even more new details on the cancelled Retro Studios Zelda game, which our friends at DigiKnowGaming didn't have time to put in their recent video, and sent to us to talk about. We also have our own video analyzing the details, interviews, and everything from a few months ago, which you can find here. And of course it ends answering questions and comments sent to us from all of you. What new abilities, powers, actions, or magic do you believe Link will have in the sequel? My next video will be a collection of all of the confirmed as well as leaked and rumored new abilities and powers Link may have. Just as with some of the older rumors of Link's new abilities that were being reported on before the second trailer or these patents, hopefully some of these new rumored abilities may end up being true as well. Will he gain more advanced versions of the champion abilities, brand new champion abilities, new runes, or something entirely different? We have already seen him using a few new abilities with his hand, so what else do you think he will have? Comment what you believe below, and if we use it in the next video, we will be sure to give you credit, show your comment on screen, and give you a shout out. So please, give this video a like and subscribe so you don't miss your comment and shout out when the video is uploaded within the next day or two. We have several patents to go through, but we will start with the newest and end with the oldest. Again, let us know which you're most excited about. The first new patent will be the most in-depth, with the others being a more simplified explanation. The newest patent is similar to a patent discovered last year in December, but is more detailed and shows even more positions Link can shoot his bow in, and specifically how to enter those positions. So in the end, we will be skipping over the older patent. A lot of these have only a few pages that actually shows and explains the image with a brief description, while the rest of the pages are filled with all of the legal wording required by law. The first image shows ways for Link to move directions and his camera direction while gliding or falling. The next several pages are just images of the Nintendo Switch console and the button layout. Page 8 shows some of the new positions or ways for Link to fall or glide before using his bow, and which poses Link can transition to while in each position. For example, Link cannot go straight from gliding to free falling face first or falling horizontally with his back to the ground. He first needs to transition to a horizontal face down position, then he can enter one of the other two. We start with what Nintendo calls normal falling, with Link's body straight up and down. The second position, low velocity falling, is the normal gliding position we know from the original game. Either of these beginning positions can go to diving falling, which we can see Nintendo using in this beta demo image, similar to how it was used in Skyward Sword. From here, you can transition to any of the following two. High velocity falling, vertically upside down, as if Link is diving. The last on this page is backward falling, where Link is horizontally looking up towards the sky. The next page is Link in the diving falling position, with two structures or buildings below him and a lake with a bridge to his right. Interestingly, we can see his stamina wheel being used here as well, likely to slow down time like in the original to better position ourselves and aim in slow motion while in the air. Next, we have the same image from the first page, but from this position we can go to Link aiming the bow in his normal falling position. Page 12 shows how Link can aim his bow and arrow in this position. Page 13 shows the transitions Link can make while falling and aiming. The normal falling position with the bow, called the horizontal ready posture. The falling backwards while aiming is the upward ready posture. And the high velocity fall while aiming is the downward ready posture, showing how Link can turn, aim, and shoot in any direction. And I really hope Nintendo lets us use other items while falling as well, such as throwing bombs using a claw shot if they give it to us, boomerang, and other items. Page 14, we can see a transition from one position to another and the placement of the camera while in these positions. Page 15 shows the reverse of this. After this, we only have all of the technical and legal explanations of everything. Our next patent for Breath of the Wild 2 is less of an ability and more of a new feature that will allow the game to look better than the original. A lot of websites wrongly reported on this at first, stating it was a patent for armor upgrades, which isn't quite true, but gives the wrong idea. It is technically to keep the character models, items, clothing, and other assets from clipping through each other. Think of Link's hat in older games going through his sword or his sword and shield going into his back. Using this method in this patent, it will deform the character's model a little to avoid this. In this situation, it explains Link's body part, shown as his waist, will shrink or deform to allow the clothing to fit over the model and keep it or other items from clipping into him. This is likely the process Nintendo is using to allow the player to layer various armor or clothing on top of each other, like we see in the original trailer with his champion tunic now having the Hylian armor on top of it, as well as the outfit from the second trailer where he has the green clothing sitting on top of the gray clothing and the brown strap over both of them, and keeping his hair from clipping through either of them and instead resting or moving across, like in real life, as opposed to going through everything. The armor or armlet on his arm could use the same method as well, but it is likely simply built into the new character model itself. The third patent, which you can click the video mentioned earlier for a more in-depth explanation, essentially, it is this portal or tunneling ability we see in this trailer. It gives examples showing this can only happen with certain platforms. It has to be an almost flat or level surface with nothing dangerous in the way, such as enemies or spikes. Similarly, the top of the platform Link will travel through cannot be too sloped or too high up, showing there is a limit to how far Link's ability will work. The bottom of the platform as well as the top of the platform have to be within a certain distance of Link. Perhaps we will be able to upgrade this in the game, as we did with the runes in Breath of the Wild, or the hookshot and longshot in Ocarina of Time, allowing the distance to be even further. And obviously, we cannot be at the edge of a platform and use this ability. Skipping over the simplified version of the new patent. Finally, we have the last patent for now. I'm sure more will be discovered or filed within the next few months. This one is also explained in the video mentioned above. This patent shows different ways to use the time reverse ability. This one is a lot simpler. It shows the time reverse ability will only work on certain objects and how it will reverse time for that object, making it follow the exact same path that it came from. This bar on the right may be a meter to control the time reversing ability and allow you to stop the object in the position that you want. This way it doesn't fully reverse. Think of it similar to stopping time for an enemy or object in the original Breath of the Wild, then being able to use it again to cancel it out and unfreeze the enemy or object at any time. Again, our next video coming tomorrow or the next day will be on 10 new abilities or powers Link may have in Breath of the Wild 2. Just like previous rumors stating Link being able to control time in some way, and then it being confirmed by him having this new time reversing ability, some of these new rumored abilities may also turn out to be true. But I would still love to hear what you guys think he will have, and if it makes it on the list, we will give you a shout out in the video. Thank you all so much for watching the video, and please, if you made it this far, consider subscribing and commenting below. It really does help us out. Hello everyone, I just want to say thank you for watching the video all the way through. Some of you have been asking, and yes, we still have shirts and other merch available at teespring.com. You can find a link in the description below. If you purchase one and send us a picture wearing it, we will give you a shout out and include your picture during one of our upcoming videos. Thank you to our amazing Patreon supporters, starting off with our royal family, Shadow to Us. On our champion tier, Justin Clark, Monica Spath, SOBERX. In the Sheikah tier, Andramoy, Joseph, Natsu, Wrecker1, Rusty Caulfield, Tremel. And in the Kokiri tier, Chad Costin, David Guthman, Candy, Disappointment, Gus Calvo, Zane, Lean, Lovable Christie, Mr. Monocled Metroid, and whoever this is only donated to hear Jesse speak my name. Thank you all so much. If any of you would like your name to be featured at the end of any of our videos, or to get a shout out at the beginning of our Zelda podcast, the Hylian Gamescast, and to have any of your topics or questions answered or turned into a full video to be featured here on our channel, along with many other things, please join our Patreon and help support the channel. Thank you all so much. Happy Halloween.